Welcome back, my friends, to another exciting math video. Today we're going to be talking about rational expressions and how to simplify them, as well as some systems of equations with 3 equations and 3 variables. The rational expressions are all very different, so I want to highlight a few things here. I'm going to try to go over each one of these. What you can do here is you can separate out this part of the rational expression as its own fraction. And the reason why I do that, I mean, you can just divide directly, but I just want people to be able to see how these things simplify. And some people really need this spelled out for them. So the denominator here now is x plus 2 to the power of 5. That looks like times 5. I gotta make that look a little bit better. And then up top we have x plus 2 to the 8th. And my hope is that you would learn the exponent rules and that you would know that whenever you have the same base and you divide those two expressions that have the same base, you simply subtract the exponents. So this right here is just 3. And this right here is just x plus 2 cubed, because we just subtract the 5 from the 8. So that'll be good enough for us. No need to expand. That will serve as our final answer. We are good to go. Number 2. This case is different. We have a quadratic here. Whenever you have the quadratic with all 3 terms, you really want to use your factoring skills. We usually use the X box here. And what that means is that you put AC on top. In this case, minus 27 is our C, right? This right here is our C. Our A is 1, so it's not really relevant. And then our B is this minus 6 right here, the number in front of the X. So that goes there. And then you ask yourself, what numbers multiply to 27? And that really has to be 3 and 9, because that's the only way we can get to 6. So we're going to put 3 and 9 right here. And then you ask yourself, where do I have to put the negative in order for this to add up to that bottom number, in this case, negative 6? And clearly, it would have to be negative 9. So what this means here then for us is that we have x plus 3 times x minus 9. Let's just do a little bit of colors. X plus 3, x minus 9. And that comes directly from that X box. Now the bottom. This is the difference of squares. This keeps coming up over and over and over again. If both of them are a perfect square, this and this, you can just take the square root of both of those and put them in these parentheses. So square root of x squared is x. Square root of 81 is 9. And we just do that for both parentheses. And then you get a plus and a minus. And the order doesn't matter. You can do minus, plus. But point is, you get both. Now, as you can see, hopefully, these are the same. And if you divide them by each other, you just get 1. And so our final answer will simply be x plus 3 over x plus 9. No need for parentheses, because fractions are their own kind of parentheses. So this is the answer for number 2. Number 3. Here, this is also very different from the others. Although there's a square, there's no pluses or minuses. And because there's no pluses or minuses, that basically means everything's being multiplied, which means it's just going to be canceling. We're just going to be canceling a whole bunch. And I encourage you to kind of expand these a little bit. If you have a hard time seeing these, if you just write them as multiplication, sometimes it's just easier just to be able to read it and to cancel when you have them all written out and individualized. The 40 is 8 times 5. It's always good for you to know your multiplication table. You really got to know that in order to make this job easier for you. So that's this fraction right here. And I'm going to multiply by this right here. So this is going to be, I'm going to write out the A's. Not always necessary, but just indulge me. The 10 is really 2 times 5. 2 times 5 times b times whoop, not times b, times a times c to the fourth. In this case, I will leave c to the fourth as is. I'm not going to write it out. And the reason why is because there's no other c's. So there's nothing else that I would cancel with. So now we can simplify. 8 divided by 8 is 1. A divided by A is 1. B divided by B is 1. Ah, that 4 I forgot to re-express. 4 is really 2 times 2. I should have done that. Because now you see I can just cancel these 2's. A divided by A is 1. And it seems like we're done, except that, you know, these are just multiplication. These are all multiplied. So this is really just one big fraction if you really want to think of that way. And that means this 5 and this 5 can also cancel. What am I left with? I'm left with bc to the fourth all over 2a squared. And that is our answer for number 3. And we are done with that. Number 4. Again, always pause the video before each question. Try to work it out on your own and see if you get the right answer. So for this numerator here, once again, Xbox is how we're going to go. And we have -5 on the bottom. That means it has to be 2 and 7. And the only way they're going to add up to -5 is if the 7 is negative. So that means that our parentheses will be x plus 2 times x minus 7. Sorry for my handwriting. It's not the best, but it is. This is free content. I mean, come on. What more do you want? 28. It would be nice if the mouse worked. I really don't know why it's not working. Gotta clean out the gunk on the bottom. Some of you guys are too young to understand that. That's how the mice used to be back in like the early 90s. Mid to early 90s. So 28 is 4 times 7. Somebody also said it's also 2 times 14. Yes, but the only way to get it to add up to 11 is with 4 and 7. And that means that they both have to be negative. And so that's that. And so we have here, oh, man, this mouse. X minus 4 times x minus 7. Maybe I need to update the driver. No, I'm just kidding. So the answer is x plus 2 over x minus 4. And that's it. And like I said earlier, no parentheses necessary. Fractions are their own kind of parentheses. Number 5. In this case, ask yourself what they have in common. What I mean is what factors they have in common. And what that means is what are they both divisible by? They're both divisible by 3, and they both are divisible by x squared. And so that's going to give me 3x squared times, and then I just divide both of them by 3x squared, x plus 3. That is this part right here. And I'm just going to leave the rest of that alone. X minus 7 times x plus 3. And here I can see that they're both divisible by 4. So I'm going to factor out a 4. And that's going to give me x minus 7. And once again, they're all being multiplied. So this will cancel with this. And this will cancel with this. Yes? Oh, yeah. But didn't you hear me earlier, Hector? Oh. Live programming. That's what you get, my friends. I don't have money for an editor, so this is going. Yes. Here we go. Hey, 12x squared. Wow. Fantastic. Fantastic. If someone wants to edit it and re-upload it and send it to me, that would be great. Okay, this next one here, we have another x box, so we have minus 35. And whenever you see the quadratic like that, you really want to just go ahead and do this. 5 times 7 is 35. It has to be negative 7 for that to add up correctly. So what this means is that this right here is x plus 5 times x minus 7. And that's over x plus 6. And then we're going to divide that. And if you know me, I use KFC, keep, change, flip. Yes, I'm also dyslexic. And the x squared minus 25, as we talked about earlier, you just square root both of them. And you put the x and the 5 on both. One of them's going to be plus, the other one's going to be minus. And I really should have color coded that. This is this one. And that's all over x minus 7. And so what this means now is that this will cancel with this. Oh, this is the wrong one. We're stuck. That's all there is to do. Oh, well. Number 7. Here, we can factor the denominators. And so this one here, in the interest of time, I'll just go ahead and pretend like I did the Xbox already. And I already know this is x plus 7 times x plus 1. And this here is just as is, nothing changed. And over here, we have 4, and we have x plus 7. But in order for the denominators to be the same, I need them both to have the x plus 1 as well. So I'm going to multiply this by x plus 1. Now the denominators are the same. But I can't just multiply the denominator. I have to multiply top and bottom. And now I can figure this out. And the beautiful part is that now I can just add the numerators. Because they have the same denominator, I can just add across. And not only that, I can keep just one denominator for the whole thing and be happy. Okay, so the answer is 7x plus 8. And you can put it back into the original and say x squared plus 8x plus 7. Thank you very much, everyone. Please like, share, and subscribe. Buy my merch.